Hi everyone, my name is Andrei Kudlai at Academy Logos here, and wanted to go live today about a very curious topic that is not that much on the ears of everybody these days, but everybody is living through it. We wanted to talk about quantum transition. So what is quantum transition? What does it mean for us? Should we be afraid of it? How to use the changes taking place on Earth, catch the wave and move to a new level of consciousness and life. For many millennia, the Earth vibration has been stable at about 7.6, 7.8 hertz. Since the 2000s, the Earth vibrations have been about 9.3 hertz. At 2014, they already reached 16.5 hertz, which is more than twice than what had been for millennia. That long period of dormant stability, some people call it different names. There is one common name that's known as Kali Yuga, which is a Sanskrit name. And by 2023, the Earth's vibrations had already been increasing to 125 to 130 hertz. So what does this all tell us? What does this mean? So this is no longer a smooth, gradual transition that could have gone unnoticed. When changes are gradual, we have time to adjust to them without even noticing it. However, over the last 2 decades, we definitely feel that something is going on. This change is similar to how we do not notice how our children grow up, for instance. Living side by side, sharing the same roof, watching them change gradually every day. But if a child goes away for a few months to study or goes on a long vacation, when he or she returns, we immediately see how much difference there is, how grown up they have become. So what is this quantum transition? It's a sudden change of all and everything towards some new reality that no longer obeys the same principles, same laws, beliefs, as before. Let's try to understand what this transition is and how we can experience this process in the environmentally friendly and beneficial way. So here's some symptoms. Since we are closely connected to the Earth system, all changes on the planet Earth, including the vibrations, are reflected in our physical body and cause certain emotional response. It's through our emotions that we manifest our inner vibrations. Our emotions are the result, the product of our inner vibration frequency. Human genetic code over years has all the information about how to respond to various frequencies and what emotions to produce as a result. And this doesn't stop at just sound frequencies, the ones that we can hear. We're talking about various different ranges of frequencies that are apparent or not apparent, visible or invisible. So frequency to emotion translation is a reference system, a scale that helps us to understand the feedback that we're getting from the universe on every step, every breath we take. The ultimate goal is to increase our vibration to the feeling of bliss and infinite level of emotional pleasure and happiness, to the feeling of unconditional love at its highest possible. Why is it so difficult though? Why did we choose to overcome difficulties in life in order to return back to easy, happy life? Why did we choose to submerge ourselves to such dark times? Because through the course of our evolution, we chose a path of learning by overcoming difficulties, and the quantum leap is exactly about breaking out of this shell, or this paradigm that one needs to experience difficulty to learn something and to evolve. But because our civilization chose this path, we need to graduate from this school. We need to boil in the soup until we become something else. Think of it as this example, for an instance. If the egg is broken by force from outside, life in it ceases to exist. However, if the egg is broken by force from within, life actually starts. All great changes always start from within. Similarly, the first possible step is to walk the path of transformation of the so-called beautiful destruction. Just like the one of an eggshell, some form of existence needed to replace another. flush itself of all that is old, outmoded, that's not working. This change in universe frequencies, many of you probably felt already, as I mentioned, but didn't know it's related or how to even call it. The most symptoms you may find in your body or emotions could be described, perhaps, well, one of the symptoms can be felt as dizziness, ringing in the ears, high or low clear sounds, pressure in the ears, headaches, feeling disoriented. This is especially noticeable during the solar flares that have been recent news, and everybody kept talking about the solar flares happening on and on. And also near full moons, we experience certain energy change, but we don't really know how to describe that or what that is. One can experience alternating days of incredible fatigue, unreasonable depression, irritability, tearfulness, fears for no reason, and days when one feels the drive to move the mountains. One other symptom is indifference to one's fate and future. Lack of faith in one's strength, abilities, skills. All those symptoms are an indicator that you've missed something, that you've strayed from your path, and this is the perfect time to stop, go back, rethink the life, all the guidelines and values, and break through the old life shell. It can also manifest as fluctuations of body temperatures without any apparent reason, electrical sensations in the body, energy pulses, vibrations, pulsations, tingling. You may also notice loss of appetite even at times, changes in diet, weight fluctuations. So pay attention to those moments and do not be frightened by them. This is just an adaptive restructuring of physiological processes when the body adjusts to the environment. One other thing is vivid and dynamic dreams. Desire to get rid of old superfluous things, sudden disappearance of friends from your life, loss of work, change of residence. It's a deliverance from the low vibrations of the past. When the vibrations change, the world around changes automatically because the vibrations don't resonate anymore. They are out of balance, and everything streams towards the balance. Loss of sense of things like time, being late, an ability to remember the today's date. Many have experienced, and many may seem to not connect that to anything in particular. Why did I all of a sudden start losing myself in time? Well, it's because of the change of lifestyle of everything, but lifestyle of everything is changing because of something. So this is how the body prepares for a quantum leap when energy is accumulated for the transition of quantitative indicators into qualitative ones. The inner friction generated from trying to find the right path becomes so intense that it generates energies needed for this breakthrough, the point where one lets go the old self to become something new. The alternations of periods when time stretches to the point of impossible, that shrinks, disappears, falls into nowhere. This process is so closely connected with time densification and the change of our linear perception of time. This is where we begin to experience the quantum time, where it can take many shapes. So the quantum transition is already happening, whether we realize it or not, whether we accept it or not, whether we move in the flow or fall out of it. The changes are inevitable. They are just happening. One can, of course, disbelieve this, try to resist, or even actively fight these changes. However, this is like fighting windmills. One element of a huge system will not change anything. It will simply be thrown out of it. But having understood how the symptoms work, according to what laws it functions, having attuned with it, one can easily use all its power to change life in the desired direction. There are, of course, certain laws about quantum transition that are applicable that one should remember and make use of. The law of existence of a barrier or an obstacle. There's an energy barrier between the different levels. that financial ceiling, the invisible wall that we cannot get through, of misunderstanding, of some obstacle that seems overbearing, the thing that keeps you in your usual stable comfort zone at the same time. In order to overcome this barrier, you will need a powerful impulse, some sort of an internal or external kick. The energy of an internal decision or intention. Some, at times, external circumstances, per se. The second law is the law of I can't get this word straight. Purposefulness. Here we go. Of motion, the energy to overcome the barrier between the levels must be focused, directed to exactly what you want. This can be done with the help of energy of choice, the energy of emotion, of courage to act and have, the energy of the emotion of letting yourself have, the emotion of worthiness to have, and the emotion of acceptance of new things in your life. Would it be partner, money, position, opportunities? In this focus, you need to achieve a balance in areas of your life where you are directing your energy. Or if only one direction is important to you at the moment, then realize that it is ecological in relation to other areas of your life, that it will not influence them in any unwanted direction. For example, if you become a workaholic, you will overcome the career barrier, but a lack of attention to your children, for example, will have other consequences. So consciously focus your energy in those areas of life that are important to you. Remember that awareness is a derivative of your consciousness. Then there's also a law of sufficiency of energy potential. And what that means is that you can't use more energy than you have in your potential. And often you may be lacking just a little bit of energy to realize your goal. For instance, try boiling 10 liters of water on a small candle. The candle will burn out before the water boils. The good news is that each one of us is not utilizing our potential 100%. In fact, you're not a small candle. You're so much more. Unlock and develop your energy potential. One other law is the law of necessary amount of energy. The law of the law of necessary amount of energy. Remember that a quantum leap is the transition of quantity to quality. We've mentioned that in the beginning. Constant development, movement to the top of a mountain. This is what gives an opportunity to accumulate enough energy, which is necessary not only for the quantum leap itself, but also for living on the new level after that breakthrough. And then there's also a law of suddenness, the instantaneousness of transition. In the presence of momentum, potential and focused motion, overcoming the barrier is independent of time. Quantum leap occurs when all factors converge to one point: a powerful impulse, interest, desire, a strong belief, at the same time as calm confidence, the developed potential of your abilities and skills, and the right amount of energy and focused attention to the right point. The quantum leap will happen the moment you are fully ready for it. Act now. The time is now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, press like, and see you soon.